They said it couldn't happen. They said Brock Lesnar was untouchable. They said the Beast Incarnate would destroy any newcomer who dared step into his ring. Well, I'm here to tell you that everything you thought you knew about professional wrestling just got shattered on Monday Night Raw, and if you're a Brock Lesnar fan, you better sit down for this because what I'm about to show you is going to make your blood boil. Oba Femi just did the unthinkable. This monster from NXT didn't just face Brock Lesnar, he didn't just compete with him, he humiliated him in front of millions of viewers, and I've got the receipts. If you're not subscribed to Pro Wrestling Alert right now, smash that subscribe button because you're about to witness the most controversial breakdown of the year, and trust me, you'll want to be part of this conversation when this video goes viral. Let me paint you a picture of what went down on Raw. For weeks, Brock Lesnar has been terrorizing the Raw roster like he owns the place. Suplex City was open for business, and nobody, and I mean nobody, was safe. Paul Heyman was out there running his mouth, telling everyone that Brock is the most dominant force in WWE history. The entire locker room was living in fear. But then, out of nowhere, Triple H made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. He was calling up the most dominant NXT champion we've seen in years, Oba Femi, the ruler. The man who held the NXT North American Championship for over 200 days and made it look easy. Hit that like button if you remember his reign of terror in NXT, because what he did on the developmental brand was just a warm-up for what he had planned for the main roster. Now, here's where it gets insane. Paul Heyman gets on the microphone and starts laughing. He's literally laughing at the idea of Oba Femi. He says, and I quote, "Oba Femi? You mean that oversized developmental talent who thinks he can walk into Brock Lesnar's world? Kid, you're about to learn what real dominance looks like." The disrespect was unreal. Heyman was treating this certified monster like he was some rookie who didn't belong in the same building as Brock Lesnar. The tension in that arena was suffocating. When Oba Femi's music hit, you could feel the shift. This man walked down that ramp with a purpose. 6 feet 4 inches, 270 pounds of pure power. And here's what shocked everyone. Brock Lesnar looked interested. For the first time in months, we saw something in Brock's eyes that we haven't seen since his battles with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Respect? Fear? Nobody knows, but something was different. They stood face to face in the center of that ring, and the crowd went absolutely nuclear. These are two of the most physically imposing athletes WWE has ever produced, and they were about to go to war. Paul Heyman tried to get between them, tried to talk trash, and Oba Femi, this man just shoved Heyman out of the ring like he was a child. The disrespect. And Brock? Brock smiled. That psychotic smile we all know means someone's about to get hurt. When that bell rang, all hell broke loose. Brock immediately went for his signature move, rushing at Oba Femi for a German suplex. But here's where everything you thought you knew gets destroyed. Oba Femi didn't budge. Brock Lesnar, the man who has suplexed everyone from Big Show to Braun Strowman, couldn't move Oba Femi. The Beast Incarnate's eyes went wide. You could see the shock on his face. This wasn't supposed to happen. Oba Femi then grabbed Brock Lesnar and delivered a powerbomb that shook the ring. The sound echoed through that entire arena. Michael Cole lost his mind on commentary, screaming that he's never seen anyone manhandle Brock Lesnar like this. And we were only 3 minutes into the match. Comment below if you were watching live because I know your jaw hit the floor at that moment. But it gets worse for Brock. He tried to recover, tried to use his amateur wrestling background to take Oba down. He shot for the legs, went for the takedown, and Oba Femi just sprawled like he was teaching a wrestling clinic. Then, and this is what made me lose my mind, Oba lifted Brock up and hit him with a devastating spine buster that left Brock gasping for air. The commentators were silent. The crowd was in shock. This wasn't just a competitive match, this was a statement. Now, Brock Lesnar is a fighter. We all know this. He's not going to just lay down and take a beating. He came back with everything he had. F5 attempt? Oba Femi countered it. Kimura lock? Oba powered out of it like Brock was applying a friendly hug. Every weapon in Brock's arsenal was getting neutralized, and you could see the frustration building on the Beast's face. This was uncharted territory for Brock Lesnar. The turning point came when Oba Femi hit his signature move, the devastating pop-up powerbomb he calls the fall from grace. Brock went up, and he came down hard. The ref counted. 1, 2. Brock kicked out at 2.5, but the damage was done. The aura of invincibility was shattered. Triple H was watching from backstage with his mouth wide open. The entire locker room was glued to the monitors. They were witnessing history. Here's where it gets absolutely brutal for Lesnar fans, and I'm warning you right now, what I'm about to describe is going to make you want to rage in the comments section. Oba Femi started toying with Brock. He was hitting him with clubbing forearms that sounded like thunder. He was ragdolling the beast incarnate around the ring like Brock was a cruiserweight. At one point, Oba lifted Brock up for a military press and just held him there, showcasing his strength to the entire world. The disrespect was legendary. Paul Heyman was on the outside screaming at Brock to fight back, but nothing was working. Oba Femi was operating on a completely different level. He hit Brock with a buckle bomb that left the former UFC champion crumpled in the corner. Then he charged across the ring and delivered a running big boot that nearly sent Brock into the third row. This wasn't wrestling anymore. This was a demolition. As we approached the 15-minute mark, everyone was wondering how this would end. Would Brock find a way to pull off a miracle victory? Would Paul Heyman interfere? Would there be a DQ finish to protect both men? Nope. Oba Femi had other plans. He set Brock up for another fall from grace, but this time, he added insult to injury. He lifted Brock up, held him there for what felt like an eternity, and then planted him with so much force that the ring literally shook. The referee counted. 1, 2, 3. Oba Femi just pinned Brock Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring. No interference. No weapons. No shenanigans. Pure, absolute, undeniable dominance. The crowd erupted. Half of them were cheering for the new monster on the block. The other half were in complete disbelief. Brock Lesnar, the man who conquered The Undertaker's streak, the man who destroyed John Cena, the man who made Roman Reigns look vulnerable, just got beaten by an NXT call-up in his first major Raw match. Paul Heyman rushed into the ring to check on Brock, and Oba Femi just stood over both of them with his arms raised. The visual was powerful. The commentary team was losing their minds trying to explain what just happened. Social media exploded. Wrestling Twitter couldn't handle it. Reddit was on fire. Everyone had an opinion, and none of them saw this coming. But here's what's really important about this moment. This isn't just about one match. This is about the future of WWE. Oba Femi just announced himself as the next dominant force in professional wrestling. He didn't just beat Brock Lesnar, he made a statement that the new generation is here to take over. The old guard? They're on notice. Every single superstar in that locker room just realized that there's a new apex predator in WWE, and his name is Oba Femi. If you're angry right now, good. If you're excited right now, even better. That's what professional wrestling is supposed to make you feel. Drop a comment below and tell me, is Oba Femi the future of WWE, or did Triple H make a massive mistake by feeding Brock Lesnar to a rookie? Are you Team Beast or Team Ruler? The debate starts now, and I want to hear from every single one of you. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications because the fallout from this is going to be insane. What's Brock going to do next? How will the Raw roster react? Is there going to be a rematch? We're going to cover all of it right here on Pro Wrestling Alert, your #1 source for breaking news and controversial takes in the wrestling world. Hit that like button if you want to see more content like this, and share this video with every wrestling fan you know because this is the story everyone needs to see. This is Pro Wrestling Alert, and we'll see you in the next one.